A lot of Supreme Court decisions are happening today, apparently, and Clarence Thomas is being at the forefront of, honestly, all three of them. So let's get right into it and see what's going on here. Clarence Thomas says Supreme Court should reconsider contraception, gay marriage rulings. Supreme Court Justice Clarence pitched the possibility of revisiting multiple key rulings in the aftermath of overturning Roe v. Wade. Thomas, who voted with a majority to overturn the landmark abortion case, made his feelings known in a separate concurring opinion. The Thomas opinion drew comparisons between abortion and several other political issues that have been addressed by the Supreme Court in recent years. In future cases, we should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell. Thomas wrote in his concurring opinion, because any substantive due process decision is demonstrably erroneous, we have a duty to correct the error established in those precedents. It goes on to say, Griswold v. Connecticut was a landmark in 1965, which ruled that the use of contraception between two married individuals was a matter of privacy and constitutionally protected. Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision read the Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health ruling. Lawrence v. Texas in 2003 dealt with homosexual sex between consenting parties, and Obergefell v. Hodges treated the same territory in 2015 to rule gay marriage as a constitutionally protected right to privacy. Thomas speculated that the overturning of Roe would provide a blueprint for revisiting years' worth of decisions that he says are demonstrably erroneous. After overruling these demonstrably erroneous decisions, the question would remain whether other constitutional provisions guarantee the myriad rights that our substantive due process case have generated, Thomas wrote. Both the New York Times and Washington Post published opinion columns on Wednesday warning about conservative movements ugly uprising against LGBTQ rights. The Washington Post Alyssa Rosenberg feared that the conservatives were looking to erase the more tolerant future for LGBTQ people in America, while the New York Times' Charles M. claimed the right was forcing LGBTQ folks into cultural gay ghettos. Insane. Both columns expressed alarm that the conservative movement's recent efforts to challenge aspects of the LGBTQ agenda, mentioning the backlash against the new Disney Pixar movie, Florida's Don't Say Gay bill, and conservative opposition to drag queen story her rights for children. Okay, so let me label my opinion, because this is going to be mostly an opinion piece for the most part. Okay, so for the whole gay marriage thing, I honestly don't think that they're going to overrule or deny gay marriage in a lot of places. So I'm going to assume that what they're going to do is that they would look at these cases and they would look at them and specifically saying, okay, so how can we completely make this not erroneous and make it to where it's a more solid line, to where they'll probably make it by state. So if we're going to follow the cases by Roe, and for what he was specifically saying here to what he's specifically saying right here, in terms of these cases, is that they're probably going to look at it and see if they're going to have to push it down to rather being at a federal level, but being at a state level, rather than it just being all that. And also, not only that, these cases like gay marriage and stuff like that is not necessarily it's not really in the Constitution. So that being again, they have to reconsider on what it actually means of being a constitutional right. Now, it may as well be, and I'm not saying it isn't, I think gay people should be able to be married regardless of whatever situation. People will even say that gay people should not be married in church. I say the hell with that. Have them get married in church. I don't see any issue with them being married in church or not within church. It doesn't really matter. So, that being said, I honestly think they would, if they were going to do anything, they're going to do it to where they make it to where they make it to where it's going to be more of a statewide thing. So that's the first thing. They'll probably make it more statewide, and then after that they'll make it to where more statewide, and then they'll probably either make it, they'll probably redo something along the lines that that would probably be as a constitutional protected right. So again, these are his opinions, and that means they would have to go over it, which would also mean none of these would actually mean that they would that these it's going to happen immediately. He said they should reconsider. If they should reconsider, and that and maybe go over it a bit. So I think that's what they're going to say. This is not going to happen immediately. This will probably be put on the back burner, but it just he's pretty much saying it's opening the door to tackle these other bigger issues. I'm pretty sure Nick Ricada is probably going to will probably go over this more in depth. And we could probably watch him to see exactly what he's saying. But generally being, I don't think this is too much of a big issue. And long scheme of things, I don't think gay marriage is going to be eradicated, and I don't think it's going to be really hard for any gay marriage rights at all, or gay people for that matter. And nobody's going to discriminate against them, and most people would be against any type of harsh things on gay marriage. Most people don't really care as long as you don't shove it down our throats. However, I find it a little bit funny just because. Let me say it with this one. I find it a little bit funny just because the whole Pride Month thing and all that is that when you're shoving it down people's throats, this is probably what it's probably what you get. I mean, this is all Pride Month's fault in the begin with, because when you shove this bullshit down people's throats, and then something comes up, and then for people to just make you shut the fuck up, they'll probably do something that egregious or whatever, because they don't want it shoved down their throats, because you end up making people fucking hate you. So again, Pride Month is probably doing the opposite of what for gay people than they want, because of what they're doing. So I mean, yeah, but I don't think anything big deal is going to happen, and it's going to be most likely years before it even gets enacted. So you guys are 100% fine, and until we find out the actual decisions or etc. what that pertains, we won't have to worry about it. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, share, just subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.